I'm gonna load these ones instead, man. I had one that felt like it was cool. I had some real cool feeds come in, and I don't know. A lot of you people don't. I don't know if you believe in telekinesis or certain things and being able to. We are. What it is it also too is you're plugged into a Wi-Fi network, and these things are plugged into other things and plugged into computers and have access to people's personal information. Some people actually have brains that act like Wi-Fi, and a lot of these people now, we have a lot more people that are considered paranoid schizophrenics and stuff like that now because they're not actively aware of what's going on in their minds and their bodies and things and stuff like that, and they pick up on some stuff that I'm not in. I was never into sci-fi and things like that, stuff like that. I'm a history major, so I look into more historical things and I analyze things historically. But then when I look at future things, I look at the way things work, and I see what people are doing. And then I had to have a lot of this stuff explained to me because I don't think in monetary terms, I don't think in mind control terms, and I don't think in maniacal terms. And they saw this as a character flaw in me. Why? Well, this guy, he just won't rape people. What's wrong with him? You throw her down and you take advantage of her. No. Why? Well, because I'm just weird this way. If a woman's not attracted to me, I don't want to be with her. I'm just kind of funny that way. My mom said that about my dad, too. He wants them to be attracted to him. He wants a woman to be attracted to him. Yeah, but I don't want to manipulate the situation, and I don't want to use it for personal gain. I want a real, legitimate relationship with someone that I can have investments. Okay, investments. In business terms, you always look for a better purchase. Best purchase is in values, and values are best based on life-based values, resources, and allocation of resources and sharing of resources. If you study your Gospels, the best way to do so is to lovingly and intelligently share and manage. Have faith in something greater than the rest of you, and understand that the group collective connective was put together by something greater than the group. The group sees itself as God of its domain, and it's always done that. And it's been pointed out by some of our greatest, I guess we should say minds. God made these minds for us, these hearts for us, and God put them on earth in order to analyze. This is just my personal opinion. And I do speak of God, and you can't take God out of my vernacular and out of my mathematics, because it just doesn't make any sense to me not to have the source of creation in the mathematics, and I refer to the source of creation as God. Do you understand? Okay, just so you know, this is how it works. And so it's, we don't want to hear your source. You're forcing the source of creation down our throats. We don't think there was a source of creation. We think it was all just going to happen by accident and happen anyway. Yeah, I know. I saw that argument already, and I'm like, okay, if there's no power source, then the computer doesn't work. Well, what powers the power source? Source. It's a power source. It's the source of all energy, all life. It can be a destructive, I call it kinetic kind of energy or something like that, or more of an eco-energy that behaves in a more balanced manner. If you want to, you can reference the Holy Quran, which was written down by a man named Ali and spoken by a man named Muhammad many years ago in Mecca, and I believe some in Medina, and and so if you would like to, they have great scientific observations and analysis that they collaborated on, which was inspired by God, they believe, the source. Sorry, but the math on it is really spot on. There are some mathematical flaws in there, but they explain through most of the opening surahs that it will be changed to suit people instead of God, because they want to make it to where it suits man more than it does God. And so there's obvious changes in there, and they don't mathematically translate well into other languages. Yeah, and they've studied this stuff on supercomputers to see how this math adds up, and yeah, I didn't figure it out. I was actually advised on it in a more of an analytical sense, was that God does not get lost in translation, because otherwise, if you're not communicating in the most loving and intelligent fashion possible, then you're speaking gibberish, which means that you're not communicating or you're not loving. It's like two people getting together and having an intimate relationship, and they're just not getting the job right done because they're not really communicating, and sex is a form of protection and communication. So it's really cool stuff. It's also reproduction, of course, which is, yeah. And it's a very beautiful component of our carbon-based existence. Well, that's just my personal opinion. And I think most people with a lot of intelligence see it as one of the better parts. They also see it as one of the most painful parts, which it is. And it can be very painful, depending on your analysis, if you understand what's going on. I thought it was painful with a lot of it, but then I realized and go, no, it's not very painful. Why? Well, I was better off without them. They just weren't real appreciative of somebody that really appreciated them and was very loving, protecting, and mutually communicative. So that means that they're not a very intelligent person, and it's more fun to make love with. Well, that's what I call it. A lot of you guys call it symbiotic relationships for mutual benefit, or a DNA interfacing and things like that. I call it making love. I'm strange. Okay. And I'd like to make love with somebody who has a strong propensity to mathematically see the protection components that come into distinct advantage of the mutual benefit of the symbiotic relationship between the two DNA interfacing symbiotic molecular structures. Okay? Man, you guys. Woo. Yeah, I like the way Uncle Jesus explains it a lot better. It's a holy covenant. That's way more. That's just beautiful. I mean, the way he explained, you can play with words, but the verbiage is beautiful. Holy covenant, a mutually benefit. Yeah, that was just like, okay, you two lay in the petri dish. We're all going to watch you and take notes. Subject in the Chris Williams jersey seems to be enjoying it quite a bit. She doesn't seem to be enjoying it quite as much. Why, baby? Well, y'all get it. Oh, because y'all up in here. She's like me. Turn out the lights. She wants behind closed doors. You guys are going to have to leave. I'll tell you about it later. It's a holy covenant. See, so well, because certain things we've studied and we see that, we see in animals, we see it right in humans, things and stuff like that. But there are certain things we know how they work. We know this stuff. We know it. Now we can just leave it alone, right? And let these two people enjoy the blessings given to them as a daily gift and a daily part of their, and it's something very private and personal and beautiful between those two people. And I don't have to get all, I'm going to get all Muslim on you. It's also very LDS. It's also very Catholic. It's also very Christian. It's also very, the Kama Sutra is provided to help you find better ways to communicate and express and explore yourself and explore each other and see what helps a woman enjoy herself and a man enjoy himself. The man just likes to look at this. Can we try that? With a male, it's like football season. We got tickets. I got tickets to that game. Good ones. Is it down there? Yeah, by the front. Yeah. So I can leave the chick. You guys, I won't say anything vulgar. No cuss words, no nothing. But I'll get loud. I get really loud, get them all out. They'll be rocking the whole. Most of the people in that whole section be like, I don't like these games anymore. They don't sit down. The sit-down section is on the other side. You have to get tickets on the other side of the stadium. This is the student section. JM and student and band. Nobody sits here. This is football, college football. If you go to any other college football stadium in the country, it's Auburn, Alabama. They ain't going to sit. Maybe for like halftime or something like that. You go to, No. Oklahoma, Texas, they sitting? No, I don't think so. No, these people do not sit. It's somewhere in New Mexico we lost our football heritage, and we got to get it back. And we close enough to Texas and New Mexico State that me might as well try to get it back because we can pick up on some of that footballology coming from the great football state of Texas. That's right. We can do this. I'm going to help. I am. I'm going to try to give me a job. We'll see what happens. This will be cool. Make it public. Make it known. Just know that this man has he's very enhanced. He has some skills. I see all skills and abilities and stuff like that. Like Pascal says, it's these are this is our commentary, our book, all of this. Jesus was seen as one of the greatest teachers of all time and was not formally and classically trained with certificates and all this good stuff. Another man, Abraham Lincoln, rumored to be mostly trained from a barrel of books. There's a lot of very amazing thinkers that came from the lay people that helped. They have great observational and analysis skills, and they learn better in a more free environment, like what Eckhart Tolle's talking about, the whole free this and that. Only he's God bless them. I don't want to pick on him too much. Maybe he'll come visit. All right. Blessings and peace.